They say a shiver down your spine means someone walked over your future burial site. But as my husband walks around outside, my shivers won't stop.
I listened to every word he said because he was my closest friend, my #1 confidant, and the only person who truly cared for me. It wasn't until after I murdered all those people that I discovered he never existed.
The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open.
My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago.
She asked why I was breathing so heavy. I wasn't.
I heard my mom yell my name from downstairs, so I got up and started to head down. But as soon as I got to the stairs, she pulled me into her room and said, "I heard that too."
Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sound of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it is much more unsettling.
I groggily opened my eyes. As I awoke and my vision cleared, I saw the silhouette of a man.
I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed fixated on my face. Until one day I realized she was always looking just behind me. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone.
As I was tucking him into his bed, he said, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I checked under his bed for his amusement, and I saw him. Another him looking back at me and whispering, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed."
I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering awoke me. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams.
I went upstairs to check on my sleeping toddler. The window was open, and the bed was empty.
After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I don't know what was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing someone broke into my apartment to place them there.
I loved my quiet country house, not a neighbor for miles. Until one day, I heard a knock at the door.
I always find long black hairs in the most curious of places. My shower, my mailbox. But this morning, I pulled several handfuls out of my own mouth.
My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help.
My mother calls me every Sunday at 8 o'clock without fail. I love her so much that I can't tell her she's been dead for 3 years.
She said she liked dark things. She didn't know I'd be the dark thing she'd be into.
I came up to my nephew's room, and I didn't lock the door, but the door was locked. All I could do was try to open the door in vain as I heard his muffled screams.
It doesn't matter how often or how well I wash my hands. The blood won't come off.